S.N. Bhoon, who is a leader of the legal community, needs no introduction, has been the former president of the Supreme Court Bar Association, former vice chair of the Pakistan Bar Council. Bhoon Sahab.
Before start of my few words, I would like to acknowledge some of the friends who have traveled all over the country. Former President Yasin Azad, Supreme Court Bar Association, all the way from Karachi. Sayyid Kalbe Hassan, former President, Supreme Court Bar Association. Akhtar Hussain, former Vice Chairman, Pakistan Bar Council and a human rights activist, all friends of ASMA. Khalid Javed, former President, Sindh High Court Bar Association. Pir Masood Chishti, member Pakistan Bar Council and former President, Lahore High Court Bar Association. Tahir Nasrullah Wadayaj, former President of Lahore High Court Bar Association and member Pakistan Bar Council. Parliamentarians like Sayyida Nafisa Shah, an MNA of People's Party, she is here. Janab Faratullah Babar Sahab, a parliamentarian, human rights activist. Janab Afra Siab Khatak Sahab, all these friends of Asma Jahangir in the whole of their life. Sajid Tarar, an advocate and a solicitor from UK. Munir Malik, member Sindh Bar Council and former president of Karachi Bar Association. Zaur Shahwani, a former judge of Shariat Court from Balochistan and a close friend of Asma Jahangir. Sardar Tahir Hussain, HRCP के member और farmer, हमारे leader, advocate Supreme Court from Balochistan. Similarly, Barrister Jahangir Jadoon, former Advocate General, Islamabad High Court. Matiullah Jan, all the way from Islamabad, a known journalist. इसी तरह Madam Salima Hashmi, I would like to acknowledge all you. You are all, along with so many other friends who have traveled a lot all over the country to participate and to acknowledge the achievements of Asma Jahangir. Thank you very much. The Honorable Chief Guest, Sayyid Mansoor Ali Shah Sahab, Justice Sayyid Mansoor Ali Shah, Senior Peony Judge of Supreme Court, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I would like to take this opportunity to first welcome you all to the 5th Asma Jahangir Conference at Lahore. This coveted conference conveys every year as a testament to arduous yet resilient life of our dear colleague and friend Asma Jahangir, who achieved excellence in her pursuit for human rights and law in Pakistan and became a global icon by virtue of the giant body of her work. We gather to not only celebrate her life achievements, but also gather as an assembly to honor the strong voice of dissent. The strong voice of dissent that inevitably lies at the heart of any democratic state across the world. Today, not only does Pakistan, but the world in general faces unprecedented challenges that include escalating crisis in Middle East and ongoing genocide in Palestine, raging pro-Palestinian mass protests in metropolitan cities across the world, these political problems are supplemented with global environmental challenges of climate change and global warming, which makes the entire landscape even more challenging, uncertain and precarious. It was not only this week that hundreds of students, protesters, were arrested for staging pro-Palestinian demonstration at acclaimed universities like Yale, Harvard, NYU, etc. They have held themselves as the very champion of human rights in the past history. Let us take a moment and reflect upon the sadness and despondency that the world faces today. Perhaps it is in such testing time and on such occasion that one is reminded that history has always sided with the oppressed and not the oppressor. This august gathering, this stage, this cheering audience, and this very conference are all living proof and testament that brave and steadfast activists like Asma Jahangir, who stood against tyranny and oppression, against autocratic regimes and dictatorial rule, are celebrated and applauded even after they depart from this world as true flag bearers of fundamental rights and freedoms. Today, Pakistan and its legal system stand at a Herculean crossroad, where on one end is the choice to continue to tread down the mundane path of mediocrity and acceptance of status quo. On the other, to democratically dissent and disagree so as to strive for the higher goal of democracy and rule of law. At the beginning of this year, while exercising its advisory jurisdiction, the August Supreme Court of Pakistan passed a detailed order in the presidential reference in the case of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto under Article 186 of the Constitution of Islamic Republic of Pakistan, 1973. This landmark judgment not only vindicated the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, but also showed the resolve to learn from mistakes and adopt the correctional course in judicial history of our country. This giant leap undertaken on its own accord by the apex court deserves the highest appreciation and claim. It shows the earnest resolve to learn from the past mistakes and put a firm step forward in the right direction. As leader of the bar and bar associations, it is our collective responsibility to act as a catalyst for such positive change without making the courtroom a battleground for political point scoring. The bench and bar are two wheels of same chariot, and with this ideology deeply imprinted in our heart and mind, we welcome all steps undertaken by superior courts across the country in defending justice, especially in such troubled times. Although it is a rudimentary public law that superior judiciary should refrain from digressing into contentious socio-political debates and criticisms qua executive, yet in discharging its constitutional role, affecting as a guardian of fundamental rights and freedom for citizens, it is becoming an accepted norm to expect the judiciary to address growing public concerns. These certainly includes ensuring transparency and accountability so as to enforce public confidence in the institution of our state. Although Pakistan's electoral history is severely tainted and much has to be achieved. Yet, such change should be organic, incremental, and steady as opposed to being drastic, uncertain, and volatile. It would be certainly apt to attention of this august gathering towards the arbitrary interpretation of Article 63A, 1B of the Constitution rendered by the Supreme Court of Pakistan on the contentious issue of defection of provincial lawmakers. It was in this case we were yet again reminded of the archaic de facto doctrine, which has been infamously used to overtly stretch the interpretive powers of court to their breaking points. This tainting and twisting of the settled scheme of the Constitution created a major constitutional crisis in the whole province of Punjab, having far-reaching political and economic consequences. Such judgments mutilate the very spirit of the Constitution, diminish public confidence in the apex court, and invariably pose a serious threat to the very foundation of our parliament democracy. However, upholding of Supreme Court Practice and Procedure Act 2003 by full court is good law acknowledging supremacy of the parliament. Despite all pressing challenges, our bar unanimously resolves to enhance the judiciary's role in securing any manner of positive change so long as the same is envisaged in the four corners of law. I would like to once again welcome you all to this auspicious occasion where various stakeholders of our legal system and distinguished guests from abroad are given a forum to openly debate and disagree, as this esteemed conference solely celebrates the voice of dissent. Thank you very much.